What is going on, everybody, and welcome to episode number 11 of Trying Tottenham, the Road to Glory series where we go and buy every Spurs player available on this game, and that includes the bronze, silvers, golds, and informs. And we'll start off this episode by actually doing a little bit of trading. I normally don't like to trade. I find it really boring, but I do see how it's very helpful in helping you get your coins. And I managed to pick up a Jesus Navas for 47,000, and I think I listed him up for around 60,000. And I picked up a Dembele in a center defensive mid and trying to sell him on. And you can see that we made our first purchase of this episode, which is in the Suikato. And as you look on the screen right now, you can see that we're finally starting seasons. And if you happen to look in my record corner, I was in Division 1 because this is on my main account. And I decided that with this squad, I'm probably going to want to start in Division 2 just so that I don't have to start against those really sweaty teams right away. So I actually went in and just quit out as soon as I touched the ball. So there is going to be an influx of losses, but that's because I had to try and lose my way to Division 2, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's why we're in Division 2 right now, trying to start off pretty well with this team now that we've got a pretty solid goal team. And we actually don't start off very well. We go into the first game and he has Barcelona Neymar at center forward. And he actually picks up a goal in the 4th minute after I thought Red Frito might have gotten to that ball, but just managed to get around him with that really close dribbling. But we do level it up in the 20th minute with Yunus Kabul after a corner, after a deflection shot. But Yunus Kabul finally gets a head on the ball to put it into the back of the net before Jermaine Defoe comes straight back within the 45th minute to turn his defender around and put the ball away. And now we're up 2-1. We send a lovely ball over the top to Paulinho, and Paulinho's actually very good with his head. I'm thinking that I'm going to like Paulinho a lot more than Sandro, so for the majority of this series, I'm going to be using Paulinho over Sandro most of the time because Paulinho's just got some insane stats, even though he's a non-rare, but he's a very fantastic player. And there goes Jermaine Defoe continuing his insane goal-scoring form. He's got 2 goals in this episode, and he got an assist. So a pretty good game from Jermaine Defoe, but you can see Yunus Kabul got the man of the match because I think he's a defender and he scored a goal. So that's how FIFA tends to do it. But we do win our first game in seasons. Now remember, we are in Division 2. So these games are going to be pretty tough, especially now later on in FIFA. Most of the divisions, even like Division 4, Division 3, you're going to find some difficult matches. But we go and make our second purchase, and that's going to be Adebayor to give Jermaine Defoe a little bit of a rest, and we can finally put Harry Kane into the club because he's not really going to be able to do it in the seasons mode. So we're looking for Adebayor to contribute more goals than he did for Tottenham in the regular season. But we actually come up against this guy named Tinka Tong, and I recognize this guy. I've played this guy before at some point in Ultimate Team, and I guess this is what really helped me. But you can see he's got a 4-2-3-1 Premier League side. And I remember when I played him, he was one of those players that loved to just keep control of the ball, and he wouldn't touch the sprint button. But you can see really early on, Adebayor gets his debut goal, which is perfect to see. It took us until the 45th minute to break this guy down, and like I was saying, this guy was really good at passing the ball and being really patient, and in the 76th minute, he actually equalizes with Luis Suarez. So I was thinking it might end up in a draw because of how this game was going, but almost straight after, we get the ball to Adebayor, who puts it to Todd Huddleston, and he puts it into the back of the net with that 5-star weak foot. It looked like he was in no angle to score a goal, but luckily he put it into the back of the net, which is obviously really good for us. And as of recording this video, Tom Huddleston has been sold to Hull City, or the Hull Tigers. I think they're called Hull City. I don't know if they changed their names. But I am going to be using him in the upcoming episodes because they've already been pre-recorded. But he was absolutely massive in this episode, as you're about to see. Even though he's only got 3-star skills, that 5-star weak foot is just absolutely massive. But we go into the market and make our last buy of this episode, and that's actually going to be Sigurdsson, who transferred from Swansea on loan last year, and hasn't really featured too much for the Tottenham squad. They play him mostly as a left mid, so that Bale can play in a more central position. But he does have a couple of informs that we're going to be looking forward to picking up because they do seem to have a cannon of a shot on them, as well as being an excellent free kick taker. But we go into the final match of this episode, and we've got Chadley at left mid, and we've got Townsend at right mid, giving Bale and Lennon a rest because they do tend to play most of the games in this series. And we come up against a 3-4-3 Premier League side, and he's actually got Mika Richards at center back and Nani at right wing, but it does seem to be a very strong side. Even though when I tend to play these 3-4-3s or 3-4-2-1 sides, it seems to be that they aren't as defensive as a 3-5-2, which is always good for me. And Adebayor picks up one of those balls where the midfield just heads it back after a goal kick and manages to put it away. And those goals are kind of annoying because they happen to me a lot, and I know it was really annoying for this guy when it happened to him. But he comes almost straight back in the 40th minute with Juan Mata and puts it into the back of the net. Friedel does manage to get a hand to it, but he can't seem to keep it out, which was unfortunate. And you can see there I tried to pause the game because I was thinking that I wanted to sub out Tom Huddleston and put in someone faster in the midfield because he just seemed a bit sluggish. But you can see his goalkeeper picked up the ball and for some reason ran out of the box. That's happened quite a few times to me. Not actually to me, but for my opponents, which I don't know why that happens in FIFA. And then I remembered while making the sub that Tom Huddleston has an absolute cannon of a free kick. So I went and I checked his free kick stat. He's got 96 power on it. So I put him on the ball, and you can see I'm lining it up, hoping it goes in, and he absolutely smashes that into the back of the net. A really clutch goal from Tom Huddleston in the 79th minute to put us ahead, and in the 88th minute we go a little bit sweaty, making sure that we don't lose this game, and we end up tramping it across to Nasser Chadli, who gets yet another goal for our Tottenham side. Even though Nasser Chadli doesn't have the best pace, he does seem to be a pretty strong player, so I'm enjoying using him and at the moment right now. But in the 90th minute, Andros Townsend puts the game away with a 90th minute goal when his keeper comes out. But that is how this episode is going to end, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to like and subscribe so you can keep up with the series. Definitely got a few more episodes left, but yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all next time.